are so dumb. They're supposed to kill them.
Okay. Hi everyone. I'm excited to kind of start this class with you guys. So we're gonna be looking at the first chapter of physiology, which is the introduction to physiology, which is looking at homeostasis, the cells, the tissue, and what makes up life. And that's kind of the thing that we're going to be talking about, which is the introduction to physiology, which is a very important topic. It includes a lot of components in terms of the sciences, molecular, biochemical, all that jazzy goodness. That is the bread of physiology. And I'm really excited to start this with you guys all to talk about those really important things. And as you guys can tell from the slide, what makes up the intro of it is homeostasis, cells, and tissue. And that is where we're going to start with in terms of this lecture. All right. So the next part of what we're going to discuss and what we're going to kind of set ourselves with is the learning goals. And what you're going to see throughout this lecture is the learning goals are essentially a way for you guys to kind of track what you're learning as we're going through this lecture and what we're going to be learning. I think it's important to kind of have a place where you can ground yourself to understand what you're going to be learning throughout this lecture. And that way, when you're studying, you can go back and say, I checked this, I was able to do this, I was able to identify that, and things like that. So with that being said, the first of our learning goal is that we're going to be kind of talking about those core concepts of how a biological system is regulated. And we're going to be talking about those core things that allow for the regulation of a biological system. And we're going to go more in depth about that. And then we're going to kind of talk about the 4 types of tissues that are part of the body and how they kind of combine to form the organ systems that are a part of the body and those really large systems that kind of maintain the body and maintain a lot of those processes and those tissues that are part of those organ systems and, the cells within those organ systems. So we're going to talk about that. Next, we're going to kind of describe examples of tissues that are in the location of those bodies and how those tissues work together to support a function of that system. And then next, we're going to talk about how homeostatic regulation is described and how it is influenced in an unstable system. So we're going to be talking about how you can identify a homeostatic regulation, and I'm going to define that more in this lecture. So don't worry about these terms, but we're going to describe it more in depth. And we're going to describe how homeostasis is able to regulate the system in our bodies when something goes wrong, when something doesn't go right. And then next, we're going to describe and diagnose a disorder that is presented in a case study. So we're going to be looking at a real life example of something that happens in life in our bodies. And we're going to be talking about that in relation to labs. So we're going to be kind of using what we learned in this lecture and then using it in lab to kind of diagnose an illness that is a real life illness that could be related to diabetes, cystic fibrosis, oh my God, I can't even say anything. Cystic fibrosis, cystic fibrosis. So we're going to be describing those type of things. All right. So next, I wanted to kind of talk about those organ systems that I kind of described in the last slide. Sorry, I kind of skipped a slide there. Sorry. Now we kind of talked about the learning goals and all that stuff, and I kind of touched a little bit about physiology, but what is it actually, right? What is physiology? What is it? And physiology in itself is a very interactive science at its breadth. And the reason why it's interactive is because it is the study of how the different components in our bodies work together to form a living organism. It's about the study of life at its nature, the study of the functioning components of life. And those functioning components in life includes a lot of organ systems. It includes the lungs, it includes the heart, it includes the brain, it includes a lot of different things that make up the functioning components of life. Like, what are the things that are actually working to make life happen, or make a living organism? What are those components? And that is what physiology is studying. It's studying those interactive things that are allowing for life to occur, that are allowing for a living organism to breathe air, that are allowing for a living organism to gain energy from the things that they're eating, to be able to feel, touch. All those different things are part of what physiology is studying. And that is what a breadth of what it is. That is what it is at its core. And a lot of what physiology kind of I highlighted here in this slide is that it includes a range of biological topics here. It includes everything related to life. It's because a lot of what, like I said, is an interactive science, is looking at the components of life. Therefore, it starts from atoms to the ecosystems of different species. That is the range of the physiology of a science. It's looking at just at the bottom of the atoms to moleculars, to genes, to organelles, to cells, to tissues, to organs. It's a large interactive science. And as a result of that, it includes small bits of components that are related to life, going from molecules to atoms to the cells, all the way looking at the population level, which is the ecosystems of different species, or looking at the species itself. And it's all related to physiology. And we will go more in depth about that, but I wanted to have that in your mind, is that physiology is at its core looking at how the functioning components of the living organism allow it to be living. That is what it is. We're studying those functioning components. And it's really big. And it's important to look at that because, it's cellular, it's molecular, and physiology is including all of that. And it's even including, like I said, to the bigger things, to looking at species, which are larger, and that's related. I want to kind of go more in depth about that is because, different species have different physiological traits, right? Like a cat, because I have a lot of cats in my house, is able to, like, the structure of the cat's bones, right, is different than the structure of the bones of a dog. Similar in terms of shape, but the physiological nature of it, the functioning components of what those bones do, is different, and their cells are different. The cells may be similar, but they all have, different types of varying traits. And, I want to go more in depth about it, but I wanted to make it clear to you guys that physiology can go from the largest things to the smallest things. Cellular level to even looking at the larger population level, which is looking at species, going to even more to just looking at the organism. So it includes a lot of different sciences, a lot of different moving things. And it's important to be aware of that because it can be very complicated. But it's important to be aware that physiology is looking at its core, the functioning components of the living organism. And physiology is a science of life. And that is what it is. All right, so next I want to discuss the 10 physiological organ systems. And I wanted to discuss these 10 because these are one of the things that we're going to be looking at in terms of their functioning, their structure and functional relationship, right? All of these organ systems have a structural and functional relationship. And again, we will talk more about that. But I wanted to kind of give you guys a big idea or an idea of where we're going to be heading, again, in terms of where we're going to be looking in terms of the physiological systems in our bodies. And these are 10 major organ systems in our bodies. We have the integumentary system, which is also known as the skin. The skin is the largest organ in our bodies. It makes up the protective barrier of our bodies. It's what protects us from the environment. And regulates the homeostasis. It helps to make sure, outside components do not get into our bodies. Next, we're going to look at the muscular skeletal system, which is looking at the muscles and how the muscles work with the bones, and that's a part of the organ system. Respiratory, the lungs, and the heart, part of the heart of what we're looking at. Digestive, how we're able to eat the things we do and then excrete them, waste products and things like that. So we're going to be looking at the digestive tract. We're going to be looking at the urinary system, which is more so related to the kidneys. The immune system, which is looking at the thyroid glands and different things like that. Circulatory, which is more so related to the heart specifically and how it relates to other organ systems. The nervous system, which is looking at neurons, which is looking at the brain, the spinal cord, those big things. Endocrine system, again, looking at the adrenal glands, and reproductive system, looking at the penis and the vagina, and like those big things, which I have to get it out of the way because it's important for you guys to know that. And I put this little picture here. I mean, these are not obviously organs for these 4 types of tissue, but I wanted to kind of, again, have you guys kind of start thinking about these things. And I wanted to make it clear that these organ systems all have these 4 types of tissues involved in their organs. And I know it's maybe confusing, but these organ systems themselves are made up of cells, and these cells are made up of tissues. And there are 4 types of tissues that you will find in these organ systems. And these are the connective tissue, the epithelial tissue, the muscle tissue, the nervous tissue. You will find in all of these organ systems these 4 types of tissues. So I want you guys to be aware of that, because when we start talking about them, and we're going to be talking more about this in our next chapter, but I want you guys to be aware that there are these types of tissues that you will be finding in these organ systems. And like I said before, these organ systems are interacting with each other, and they have structure, and they all have a particular function that they have to do in order to keep the organism alive, right? That's the basic thing of what they're doing. And there's a lot of ions, chemicals, cellular interactions, cell-to-cell interactions, relationships, things that are occurring to allow for these things to be functioning. And at the structural component, there are these 4 types of tissues that are part of these organ systems, okay? So again, and these tissues are made up of cells, and we will talk more about that in our next slide. Okay, I keep going saying okay. But like I said before in the last slide, is I was kind of talking a little bit about tissues, right, and what the tissues are, and that these organ systems have some of these tissues making up the structure of those things. And I know it can be confusing because you guys are like, oh, what are these tissues made of? And at the basic level, these tissues are made of cells. And if you guys learn from Gen Bio, cells are the basic unit of life. And if you guys know what I kind of discussed about physiology, physiology is looking at the study of life and its functioning components, right? And those your skin, you will see like, okay, it's a piece of skin. But if you go more in depth and you look in the microscope, these skin cells, the big organ you see of a skin is made up of these small things called cells. And these cells work together to form these tissues. And these tissues then later All right, so all right, so next, I kind of talk again a little bit about the functions and the mechanisms behind physiology, and what is that? And I want to kind of go more in depth because I keep talking about functional components, and you guys are probably thinking like, what does that mean, and stuff like that. But, I think you guys have an intuitive sense of what it